This week we're working on the Predator for the kayak. It won't start. Made the mistake of leaving fuel in it last time we put it up, so I suspect that's probably the issue. Looking at it real quick a few days ago, we had spark at least and compression. Well, it feels like it when you pull on the handle. So we'll see how it goes. First thing I'm gonna do is leave the fuel shut off to the carburetor and give it some brake clean or starting fluid and see if it tries to turn over. Because last time I turned the fuel on, it just completely flooded it. Like fuel was just pouring out of the intake. So that's not supposed to happen, and that's also kind of why I'm thinking it's a carburetor issue. But we'll dig into it and see what we find. Not even trying. I can get you in here to see it too. Oh, yeah. So, obviously good there. I guess the next step is pull off this and see what we see off the intake cover, I guess, or I'm not sure what to call that, but we'll get it off and see what's going on. Okay, issue's definitely gonna be inside of here somewhere. I'm just gonna start pulling it apart and see what happens. Yeah, that's not good. There's gonna be a bunch of that junk right in there too. Then that's where the fuel's supposed to go. Don't lose that. There's another piece in there that should just come out with the jet, but it didn't. There we go. I believe that's called the emulsion tube. I'm not 100% certain, but the side with the two raised ridges, if it'll focus, oh god. The side with the two raised ridges goes towards the float, or towards the fuel bowl. So it goes like that. But, yeah, so that's still pretty clear. And there's a bunch of little holes on there. God, come on. There we go. And there's a bunch of little holes on there too. So those are pretty easy to get clogged. And then just having the junk floating in the bowl is not great. So I'm just gonna go rinse this all out. And, well, not rinse, but not with water. But I'm gonna go clean it all out and be back. And the jet. Well, it's clean. You're just gonna have to trust me. So put it all back together, and I bet she'll run now. Actually, one more thing. Don't forget that your float pin moves up and down freely. It's right here, and it's what actually turns the fuel on and off. So, you know, that moves around real nice. And then you can also, if you want to clean it, well, the bad way to do it is just shove it in there, and it'll come out both ends, but you can see it, well, yeah, so you get the idea. Just make sure everything, you know, moves nice, and because that shuts fuel off, that lets fuel on, so that's how much you keep in the carburetor. And so, like I said, from here now we're going back together, and I bet she'll run. Alright, got it back together, got it fuel turned on, got the choke on a little bit, so we're about ready here to fire it up. And I am hopeful. Well, and there we have it. Just like that, she's ready to go again. So, lesson learned. On most small, well, any carbureted engines, if you're going to be putting it away for a while, instead of using the kill switch to shut it off, over here, go to the fuel shut off, shut her down, let it idle till it stops itself, and then you're good to go to put it away for however long. I mean, for me, this has only been a couple of weeks that I'm already having issues. I've seen issues overnight if it's a really cheap plasticky carburetor setup. So, just the way it goes. But glad it's not too much work to get it going again, and she fired right back up, so we should be good to go. We're hoping to take the kayak out again this weekend, and well, kind of need this to work.